What's up, everybody? This is Brian B, and I'm with my co-host,
Big Daddy J.
Daddy J, and together we are VWN Video Wrestling News. Oh boy, do we have a lot to talk about this week. Man, Big Daddy J, what are some of the topics we're going to talk about this week? I know it's going to be good.
Well, I just want to say it's good to be back here. We've been away for about 3 weeks. It's good talking to you again, my man. But
Oh,
tonight's subject is going to be about Raw, a little bit about TNA, and just what's happened in the last couple of weeks of wrestling that we've missed. Like, we've missed a lot.
right a bit.
And I'm super excited about tonight's edition of VWN.
Oh, yeah. Same here, same here. Let's go ahead and get the Raw results out of the way so we can talk about the news.
Exactly.
So of course, in our 3 week little hiatus here that we took, we missed quite a bit. We missed a little bit of SummerSlam. Of course, the biggest news coming out of that was, the Beast dominating John Cena in an amazing fashion. No one's ever done that before. And now we're looking at Night of Champions coming up with Brock and John Cena. So awesome stuff heading out of that headed into Raw. We missed so many things that took place over the weeks. Coming out of this week's Raw, there were so many good things as well. A little good prospects for our future as well. Maybe a hint of who will be leading the company soon as well. Ah.
Well, you can't forget,
Go ahead.
that wasn't the biggest thing for me with John Cena losing that title. The thing for me was when Dolph Ziggler won that Intercontinental Championship.
Yes.
I celebrated. And the Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins match.
That
A plus. Oh, I love that match.
great match. Great match.
It could have been. It could have been main event.
Yeah, hats off to those two. Those two, when they get in the ring, are really something special. Uh,
Well, don't forget the Lumberjacks, my man.
well, of course, the Lumberjacks did a great job, a really good job, and I like the fact that they actually made the Lumberjacks look like real Lumberjacks this time,
Yes.
instead of the typical heel versus baby Lumberjacks. It was.
They chased around the arena, and then they brawled. I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, it was good. That was a great pay-per-view. It was a good SummerSlam. In my opinion, it was one of the best we've had in quite some time, and it wasn't as predictable as we might have thought. I had a feeling Brock would come out winning. I didn't know he was going to win the way he did, but he did, and oh wow, man. This is, in my opinion, this is a smart move on the WWE's part because now they're going to squeeze everything they can out of the marketability of Brock Lesnar until he does whatever he does. There's rumors he's going to UFC. Who knows? I doubt it. I think he's just keeping his name relevant, which is smart. Every celebrity does it. But let's get back to Raw. Let's talk about Raw. Okay, so this past Raw, they were in Anaheim, right? Kind of my neck of the woods. Now, Raw started out pretty quickly. We had the Hall of Fame Forum. We had the Hulkster. We had Ric Flair, the Nature Boy. We had Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid himself. So we had this whole Hall of Famer panelist that came out and actually talked about and discussed the Night of Champions match between John Cena and Brock Lesnar. And in my opinion, I like this because it actually builds up to the match a little bit better. And I like the fact that Hulk Hogan is the only one sticking up for John Cena. So, what are your thoughts on that segment?
Well, there's a couple mistakes in that segment with Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
I was good to see Shawn Michaels back. Ric
Yeah.
Flair, it was good to see Flair. It's just like every time Hogan's out there, he's making some kind of mistake. So
Yeah, it's typical Hogan. He's always that's
but
that's
I was sitting there thinking, the only thing I could think about was the match between Hogan and Shawn Michaels back in the day when Shawn Michaels oversold Hogan. You remember that?
yeah. SummerSlam 2005,
That's all I could think about when they were in the ring the other night. I was like, yeah, okay.
and to think about that too, how let's talk about that for a second because that was an interesting match, and I remember that match because it was so big because it spilled over into like mainstream media. Remember when They were doing this work shoot thing where Hulk Hogan went on CNN and talked to Larry King about how they don't know who to finish, the finish of the match. They don't know who's going to win and all this stuff. Trying to make it more real. And of course, it worked because they had a huge buy rate that year. In my opinion, it was a great match up until the end, but there's speculation that HBK kind of overstilled on purpose, but who knows? I don't know. But in my opinion, it was still good. I think the most important thing that came out of that was the promo on Raw the night after by Shawn Michaels. He gave that little dig to Hogan. But anyway, sorry. We had a great Hall of Famer panel, and yeah, you're right. It was good seeing all of those legends back. And Hulk Hogan did make a mistake, and part of me thinks he might have been talking about the Extreme Rules match when he said John Cena got his hand raised, but I could be wrong. He might have been talking about their SummerSlam match, in which he was wrong. Yeah, but like you said, that's typical him. We had, in my opinion, a little bit different John Cena come out, a little bit more aggressive. Kind of got something to prove, a chip on his shoulder. I kind of like this John Cena. He's different. He's not trying to make me laugh all the time. You know what I mean?
He's not a Fruity Pebble right now.
Yeah, he's still a Fruity Pebble. He still does the whole colors, and of course that's smart because that makes him lots of money.
He's not wearing purple. He's all decked out in red the other night, so I kind of like that color.
Yeah, he's doing the red and yellow thing. Kind of a salute to Hogan.
Yeah.
Which, of course, that's another reason why Hogan loves him, because he idolizes Hogan. So anyway, that whole segment really didn't really mean much, but I like the fact that they were building up to this match and trying to make excuses for either side, Rock or Cena, coming out of it. And I like the fact that they made it seem kind of special again, that Cena kind of has to prove himself again. And of course, we'll talk about more on that too. That really didn't, lead to anything. We didn't really get much out of it outside of the build for the match. But so anyway, yeah, skipping on. And then right after that, it was announced on the Titantron that John Cena will face Bray Wyatt at the end of the night in the main event. We'll talk about that later too. Next up was Jack Swagger and Rusev in another rubber match. These guys have been going at it all summer long. I'm really enjoying this feud. This match, I like the fact that they're making it seem more and more like Swagger's kind of putting more and more kind of kinks in the armor of Rusev a little bit. Every match, he seems to kind of do more and more of Rusev that others don't do, and I kind of like that. And he's coming out looking really good in these matches too. Jack Swagger is.
I enjoyed the SummerSlam match.
Yeah,
but the other thing is, it's kind of a flag match, correct?
Yeah, they did it different this time.
Yeah, most times when you have a flag match, they put a pole in the ring, and you had to climb the pole and grab the flag. But it was just like they waved it at the end of the match, like, okay.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, yeah. You just get to raise your flag. I don't know. In a weird way, I actually like this one better. Because I was complaining throughout the match, and then when the end happened and he just waved the flag, I was like, okay, I kind of get it. And I'm kind of like, go ahead.
I noticed the last couple times on Raw since SummerSlam, Zeb Color ain't been with Jack. Is he gone from the company, or what do you think his deal is?
I don't know. I've been reading on the dirt sheets that he's just injured and he's just selling it well.
Okay.
I don't know, but I really don't know. I doubt he's gone. I hope he's not. Anyway, as big as he's gotten this summer, with Jack, I think he needs to stick around for a while and be his mouthpiece.
Yeah, we know Jack needs a mouthpiece.
Definitely. Otherwise, he'll sound. Never mind. I was going to say he sounds like Daffy Duck, but yeah. Yeah. It was a great match. Another good match. Their SummerSlam match was good. The flag match, a little different. And then, of course, their match last night, or 2 nights ago on Raw, was pretty good too. I liked it. I like the fact that every match somehow Rusev something happens in order for him to win. You know, he never just all out wins the match. But yeah, so I think there's more coming on SmackDown from those two. I haven't read the spoilers or anything, but I think they have another match. But it looks like we're slowly seeing like a transition from Swagger and Rusev to Swagger and Dallas. Do you think so?
I don't really see the point behind that match because what's there to gain from that?
Right. You mean Swagger and Dallas?
Yeah, there's really nothing to gain from that feud.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why they chose him of all people. In my opinion, I think Jack Swagger needs to stay kind of like high to mid level, you know, on the card. So yeah, it is kind of a step down for him. But I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those deals where he's running out of steam as far as like in management's mind, and they're just putting him with someone on the road. You know they do that sometimes.
Right. If they have a feud, it won't be on the main pay-per-view. It'll be like on the pre-show.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like taking him under his wing for a little while. Maybe that was his assignment. Who knows?
I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from Bo Dallas or Jack. It's just there's nothing there from you. There's nothing to gain. Like they're not really gonna be feuding over nothing. But Bo Dallas talking crap about him, you know.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I agree. Yeah. There's nothing really there. There's no substance. Whereas you had USA versus Russia, and you know now we're going to Believe versus USA. So, yeah, you're right. There's nothing there for me to grab on. So who knows what kind of happens with that? Or maybe he's being slowly added into the mix. You know, who knows? Maybe Bo Dallas is being added into the whole Rusev thing.
Rusev would kill him.
Yeah, that'd be an entertaining match because he'd do something funny afterwards. Whoops, lost another one.
Or he beats Rusev and says, "Oh my! I told you you should believe."
Oh man.
I don't even want to think about that one. That was just like, ugh.
Yeah, who knows what they have in store for him? But I'm glad he's in the spot he's at. You know, Bo Dallas. So you know, only time will tell, I guess. I'm interested to see where all this goes heading towards Night of Champions.
And speaking of something we forgot to talk about when we was talking about SummerSlam, was the Stephanie McMahon and Brie match when Nikki Bella turned on Brie, and the next night on Raw she came out to the ring, Brie did, and she got slapped by Nikki. Okay, that looked like a real slap to me.
Oh, yeah.
Like there was some kind of aggression there.
Oh yeah, these two ladies have definitely been coached pretty good. And who knows, it could be a little bit of animosity. I mean, they really are sisters, so who knows, they might really have some animosity towards each other. But to be honest, I don't care. Like, I care more about Natalya versus AJ. I care more about AJ versus Paige. I don't care about Bella versus Bella. This doesn't intrigue me like a brother versus, like a Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy. Brother versus brother.
Right.
And it should, you know, I should be kind of like entertained by it, but I'm not. I don't even really care. Like, I'm happy for them, but I don't get it. Maybe it's just because I don't care. Maybe it's just because I do have a bias. I don't really like as wrestlers, I don't like the Bellator. Maybe that's why I don't care. But not to say they won't have great matches. They probably will have really good matches. Storyline wise, I don't know. I just don't care.
Right.
I know I should though.
I'm not saying I'm interested in the match, but I'm just talking about that slap I saw last week. You know.
Oh no, I'll just give him my thoughts. Yeah, the slap was hardcore. Yeah, they're going at it hard, old school style. They're beating the crap out of each other. Cat fights for real.
I mean, they had me believing that's fine.
Yeah, those two. Yeah, they're probably going to have some really great matches for the next few months too. So, but maybe I'll get pulled in a little bit. Maybe my bias is blocking me from enjoying it.
I can be really cruel right now and say only reason they're gonna have a good match is because Daniel Bryan is married to Brie, and he's teaching her how to wrestle. Where Nikki is dating John Cena, and well, she can learn how to wrestle.
Hey, John Cena, he does the absolute best okay signs. Like, he's good at that. Um, he can teach her how to salute. Oh, he can do this. No, he's not like horrible. He can teach her some stuff. You know, he's not like bad. Oh, he's good at He can do Oh, he. You know what? He hits the ropes really good.
He can bury people.
Yeah. He can teach her how to hit the ropes though. He's good at hitting the ropes. I'll say that. Yeah. He can wrestle a little bit. He can hit the ropes, right? I mean,
Well, I don't think you teach her how to sell.
oh well, no, that's not the whole point of John Cena selling. Why do you want to do that? No, that's selling. That's silly. What are you thinking, Big Daddy J? This is John Cena. What are you talking about?
So, I guess we know who's going to win that match.
Yeah.
Nikki.
To be honest, though, I don't care because they look the same. So,
Well, not really. Nikki has a boob job. Bray doesn't.
Oh, that's the. So here's the problem. I don't even know like which one is Nikki or Bree and Nikki. Because in 25 seconds, I'm just going to forget again. Oh, I'll shut up. I'll stop clowning them. But they are in the spot they've worked hard to get. So whatever. But you got any more thoughts on the whole Nikki Bree thing?
No, I don't.
You can look, but you can't touch. I hate when that music plays. I can't stand it when that fucking shit plays. And then they come out all like fucking stick figures, barely walk because they wear these heels that go up past their knees for no reason. Sorry.
Oh, and when she fell last week, Nikki coming out to the ring.
I mean, we know why they're in the position they're in, right? I mean,
yeah, if you're gonna wear something like that to the ring, at least know how to walk in what you're wearing. You know.
Especially a freaking metal ramp with little holes in it that you're used to walking on every week anyway. Anyway, sorry for that little moment of common sense, folks. We're going to get back to wrestling now. All right, so we had right after that we had Cesaro and Rob Van Dam go at it, and this was for a #1 contendership spot for the Intercontinental Championship, currently held by Mr. Ziggly Wiggly Dolph Ziggler. Any thoughts on this match?
You said it's for the Intercontinental Championship.
The #1 contendership for the Intercontinental Championship.
I thought that was for the U.S. Championship.
It was for the United States Championship. Correct. Sorry. I am no longer going to read the dirt sheets for my results. So we had the the #1 contendership for the United States Championship, and it was between Mr. Monday Night Rob Van Dam and Mr. Cesaro himself. Was Paul Heyman with Cesaro this week?
Not that I remember, but I remember Sheamus was at ringside.
Right. So once again, another night where Paul Heyman is not there. And I'm getting confused because didn't a few weeks ago, didn't he like come out and do something with him? And then that never happened again.
They're not together no more.
So they're split?
Yeah, they're split. He only came out there to defend his friend Paul Heyman that night.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was what it was.
Yeah, he came out there to defend Paul Heyman against John Cena because Brock and John Cena had their match.
Oh,
John Cena was clowning on Paul Heyman that week.
gotcha. Well, Cesaro, I don't know, I'm kind of used to him with Paul. I think he needs Paul Heyman.
I think so too, but he's a good worker.
Oh, damn good worker, yeah. Damn.
But it was a good match. We saw Cesaro get the win.
Yes.
And then he taunted Sheamus, and yeah. That's going to be a good match.
That is going to be a good match, yeah. Oh, it's going to be a brutal match, really.
You understand me, fella?
I'm glad they're not doing that 1-800 fella crap anymore.
But you know what I am tired of? You can go back and relive the Attitude Era for only $9.99 on the network. That is getting old. Even Stephanie McMahon comes out there in a interview or whatever you want to call it, promos, and she bitches the network for $9.99. I'm like, okay. They're doing terrible on the network, I guess.
It's horrible. The numbers. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, dude, I went through when they did a few weeks ago when they did their quarterly financials. Their numbers are not even close to what they were promising the investors. So that's why they're doing all these budget cuts to try to save face. To say, okay, we can save money until investors cool out, because they're not going to hit the subscriber numbers they said they could until probably this time next year, maybe another year after. They're going to get they're probably going to get a couple 100,000 in November when they open it up to the UK too. I think it's weird that they're taking such a long, step. They have a long-term strategy for this thing, right? As far as building it, but I don't think they should. Maybe it's for copyright reasons. I don't know. Maybe it's for international, legal reasons that they have to, have a delay as far as letting the UK have it or have access to it. But it's kind of weird to me. If it was me, I'd have it available in every country I could when I immediately launched it. But that's not what they're doing for some reason. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the network, but it's definitely not hitting the numbers they promised. They actually lost many subscribers 2 months ago, as far as the financials were saying. So yeah, 2 months ago, who won Money in the Bank? Who won that? 2 months ago, who was that? That one that world that won that world championship match. Who was that? 2 months ago?
Super Cena.
Oh, that's right. Oh, now it's making sense. Oh, okay, now I get it. Kind of makes you think too about the way Cena was treated at SummerSlam. People start canceling their subscription when he wins Money in the Bank, and then he gets destroyed at SummerSlam. But of course, we know that wasn't a punishment. I don't think so. Anyway, enough of my blabbing. What was next?
I can't remember.
It was a Paige. This girl has 85 finishing moves. Every match she's got a different finishing move. I'm like, damn, every move she's a really creative name. Paige Turner. She's got that one submission hold.
I want to say Black Widow, but I think it's AJ.
Yeah, AJ has the Black Widow. What does Paige call her submission move? Well, all of them have the word Paige in it, which I think is cool for some reason. But anyway, that was a quick match between her and Natalya. It was a rough match. Um,
Oh, they had to go to gray screen there for a little minute.
yeah, for a little second there. I think Natalya's toe showed up. Um, one of her friends came out to take a peek at the audience.
I'm hoping we could get a picture of that from a fan that was in the audience.
Oh.
Listen, fans, if we can get a fan to send in a picture of the accident, then I will post it on our Twitter account.
Oh my goodness. Well, I just did a Google image search for Natalya nipple and it didn't pop up. So. Oh, look! Did I say that out loud?
There was one of Stephanie McMahon backstage with John Cena, and her tops pulled down. And yes, I saw this, and I was like, I'm clicking on it. But guess what?
Oh no!
I got a virus for it.
Oh, I was about to Google it.
But there's a video of Stephanie McMahon and John Cena backstage. I saw a picture of it. If I can find it right now, I'd do it. And I'll send it to you.
No, I don't want the virus, man.
No, I'm saying you see the image of it. I thought it was real.
She's got a couple of nip slips here on the Google image search.
No, this was not a slip. This is her whole top pulled down.
Oh. Maybe it was Photoshopped.
Yeah, Photoshopped as a video.
Oh, video. And her whole, wait a minute. But her boobs were out?
Yes.
Like nipples and everything?
Everything.
What? And what was John Cena doing? Just looking?
He was talking to her.
That couldn't be real if her boobs were. So he was just having a regular conversation and her titties were out.
That's all I said. I can't tell you if they were having a regular conversation because when I went to click on it to get some update on it, and I got a virus.
You're silly, man. All right, let's go back to the Raw results. So Paige gets the win. She does a little funky skip-a-roo like AJ does when she wins. This is her way of getting back at AJ, I guess, or taunting AJ. Oh, yeah, that's right. Natalya actually did a clothesline when AJ comes out after the match.
I wish she would become a WWE Divas champion. I really like Natalie.
Me too. I wish they'd give her a lengthy reign. Yeah. It's a hard-working woman.
Yes, she is.
Her matches, dude, from Japan. Fucking A. I don't even know if, like, some of the toughest wrestlers could take her. Her and Awesome Kong would just beat the holy hell out of each other. But there would be, like, really good storyline, like, stories told. So, man, I hope she winds up there again, too. I know she's lost a lot of weight. She's trying to get back there.
Yeah, I noticed that on Monday night. She was, like, really small. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. That'd be a good match, would be Natalya and Awesome Kong. Wow. Awesome match. Awesome match. So yeah, we had that AJ and Paige thing that's continuing. Let's get through this. We had a eulogy of Dean Ambrose, so Seth Rollins and Kane came out for that. Kane, of course, looking all goofy. I have no idea what they're doing to this character. I don't think they know either.
Rest in peace, Dean Ambrose. We're gonna miss you, man. He was a good worker.
He was good, man. He sucks. He's gone for a while. Maybe
Gone forever, man. He's dead now.
Well, I guess, but Almost. I mean, Seth kept talking about him like he was alive for some reason, but yeah, the eulogy is usually for a dead person, right?
Yeah, I mean, they were saying rest in peace, and you gotta believe everything you see on TV, my man.
Well, if that was the case, then Kane has the power to make fire come out of the turnbuckles,
Well, he does.
but he can't make it come out of the concession stand.
Anyways, it was a good segment, and at the end we saw Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Roman, that was. I gotta tell you, dude, one of the funniest moments. If you get a chance, did you DVR Raw?
Yes, I did.
You go back to that moment, that segment. I watched it over and over and over because when Roman Reigns comes out, he's attacking everybody. He takes Kane and he rips him into the steps. The way Kane sold it, dude, I was laughing for like 20 minutes straight. I fucking had to like rewind it over and over. You gotta go back and wait and watch the way he sold that. He did like this 360 spin, like those teacups at the fair, you know.
Uh-huh.
He bends down like all the way down, and he hits the steps, the steel steps, with his head, his shoulder, his knee, and his butt. He does like this spin. He goes boom, and he does like a 360 spin.
Well, through that segment, I was sitting there thinking to myself, well, Kane ain't much of a protector for Seth, so I would find me a different bodyguard, Because, like, as soon as Roman Reigns came down, he got Kane out of the picture, completely out of the picture. But I will tell you, whenever in the ring, doing their little, spots and stuff, I seriously was scared for Seth Rollins because I was scared he's going to land on one of those poles sticking up out of the ground. I was like, that would hurt if he fell on that pole, go up his butt or something, Ow!
Oh man, oh, that was a good segment. It got done what it needed to. Dean Ambrose is still relevant for a little bit. I like the going.
I guess we're going to have a feud between those two.
Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like this is a busy feud, I guess. Busy work. A busy feud for Roman. And I have a feeling that he'll be facing Kane before he faces Seth. Something tells me, I don't know why, but yeah. So that'll be a good match between him and Roman. Seth Rollins and Roman.
Yeah, but what I've heard, rumors, take it for what it is, a rumor. We're going to have at the Night of Champions Seth Rollins and Kane against Ambrose and Roman Reigns.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, I'm okay with that. Nice little busy feud.
Yeah. But I still predict the show will be getting back together. I don't care.
Yeah, it looks like it. They're already like. It seems to be they're going to keep. Looks like they've actually got a strategy with those three.
Yeah.
It's no coincidence they're keeping them around each other. You know what I mean?
Right. I said they'll end up screwing the Authority.
Probably.
And I wouldn't mind seeing Vince McMahon come back and he come back out and he bring the show back together and say like it was all a set up plan to get Stephanie and Triple H out of the picture.
Yeah. That'd be nice. That'd be something different. Wasn't it last time Stephanie and Shane got him out of the picture?
Right.
Yeah, that'd be nice to see that backwards.
Well, speaking of Shane, I wouldn't even mind him coming back and trying to take back over.
Here comes the money! Yeah, I like that too. Or at least just to see his face on Raw or SmackDown or something.
Yeah.
Old school Raw.
I give Shane props. Him and Kurt Angle had a match back in the day.
In 2001.
It was one of those matches wow. And speaking of something, I'm gonna get something else out of the way. Michael Cole, I don't remember what part it was. I was watching Raw, and he said, "Oh my God, dude!" He sounded exactly like Joey Styles. I had to look and make sure Joey Styles went out there on commentary.
I miss him on commentary.
Yeah. Okay, back to the talk about what you talking about.
Oh yeah, moving on. So we had the Star and Goldust team taking on the Usos in a tag team title match. Really good back and forth. Not that long, but definitely it wasn't really about the match itself. It was about the end, and I'll let you talk about that.
Well, we saw the team of Dust turn heel, but it was a count out victory for Goldust and Stardust. One of the Usos, I can't tell him from apart. You know, he acted like his leg was hurt.
Yeah.
But then we saw after the match, Goldust get on the mic and say, shoot, turn a promo and say, "You had a fake knee injury. I want a rematch. I want it right now." The Usos will not give it to him. So we're going to see that match at Night of Champions.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
And I'm going to predict right now that Dustin Rhodes or Goldust and Cody Rhodes will be your new tag team champions.
Nice. Do you think they're building up finally to the rivalry we wanted to see, which would be Cody versus Dusty? Or Dusty?
My question would be, which one will be baby and which one will be heel?
Please let. Oh, see, that's the thing. I like them both as heels.
Let's keep them around for a little while.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love having them around as they are.
And I want to see Cody stay as Stardust.
Yeah, for a little.
I don't want him ever come back normal.
Oh really?
Really, ever.
Wow, that'd be the ultimate way to pay homage to his brother.
That gimmick is getting over so well. I like how he does the stars, blows them out.
It's different. It's definitely different.
I think at Night of Champions they will find the cosmetic key.
Yeah.
That's a technique gold right there.
I hope they do it. It's about time. Usos have had a really good reign. Not to say that I don't mind them being champions, though. I do like them as champions. They're doing really good as like fighting champions, you know.
Yeah.
And they have some really great matches too. So
I remember back in the day, I made a comment about them. I couldn't get behind because they wasn't a big guys.
yeah, same here.
But they have actually impressed me in the last couple of months.
Impressed me greatly. I'm really, really surprised at what else they can do. You know? But yeah, so just like you said, it really wasn't about the match. It was about the Night of Champions, the potential for the next match, which will most likely be for the tag team gold. So we both look forward to that match.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on from that, I'm waiting on my cooler.
I think the next match was the Miz came out there and it was Dolph Ziggler against Damien Sandow.
Yeah, wait, before that we had a pre-match or a tape promo from Brock Lesnar.
I didn't see that.
Oh man! Of course they built it up and they made it more like bigger than what it was, but it was typical Brock Lesnar. All it was is him somewhere backstage or somewhere sitting down with a black screen, just close to the camera, just with a real kind of like in a gritty. They did it almost like UFC style, you know, when they do those pre-match interviews where they're like, anyway. Yeah. Just talked about how he dominated him. And then Paul Heyman, as part of the promo, talked about how he said, the champion is offended that you would invoke your rematch clause. Offended.
Speaking of which, do you like the world title?
Uh, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a little older. But I like more classic styles, but I know a classic style belt wouldn't get over too well nowadays. So everything's got to be shiny.
I was sitting there and trying to figure out how much that belt would weigh.
Probably quite a bit.
No.
Yeah, probably quite a bit.
Because those belts, if anybody has ever actually held a real belt like that, it's about 40 pounds for a normal belt.
Yeah, easily.
But that thing had a lot of diamonds in it.
Done. And it looks like solid too. You got a real solid frame. Yeah, who knows how much that thing's worth? But yeah, I don't know. I think. I mean, you called it a few shows ago when we did a show, and you called it, the belt is just a prop, which is true. It's just a prop. It's the business, but yeah, I think that's how they see it, is just strictly a prop now. And it's one of those designs that's easy to replicate,
Mm-hmm.
Just make money off of it. I hate seeing it that way, but yeah. So yeah, typical stuff from Brock Lesnar here and Paul Heyman, but it was still good stuff. So if you guys didn't get to see it, go check it out on. I think they have it on WWE's YouTube or on WWE.com or on the WWE Network for $9.99. That's you can do that too.
That's $9.99.
Oh, sorry, $9.99. Sorry about that. What did I say? $99.99. All right.
How could you forget the price? They mentioned it every 5 minutes on the show.
No, but I'm already paying for it and enjoying it. So.
$9.99.
So as you mentioned just a few minutes ago, we had this really great segment between Ziggly Wiggly Dolph Ziggler and who?
Awesome.
I came to play. Yeah, The Miz. So The Miz comes out, and of course he's not dressed in his ring gear, and everybody's like, okay, what's he thinking here? So then he decides to let us know that because, his moneymaker is so precious, he can't let it get in harm's way, so he has someone stand in for him.
His twin.
His twin, Damien Mizdow. I don't know if it's me, but Damien Sandow is gaining some weight. He's getting a little bit of a belly.
But it's getting close to Christmas time, my man.
He's I think is he getting punished or something, or for not his body? I don't know, or maybe he's injured, his back's hurt or something. He can't do a lot of ab work. But man, he's getting a belly. But yeah, that was a funny segment. Real quick match, of course. Ziggler gets the win with a zigzag. In a weird way, The Miz, though, that was kind of strange. He was clapping for Ziggler as he walked out. So I don't know what that was about, but it's obviously those two are going to have a match at Night of Champions, huh? Rematch, I think.
I don't want to see Miz win.
Well, neither do I. I don't want to see him win ever. But
I want to see Dolph run with the Intercontinental for a little while.
Yeah, me too. And I want it to mean something. I know he can make it mean something.
I mean, he's past his prime. I mean, past his due,
Right. Yeah, he should have the world title on his waist already. But.
Yeah. He's already had it once,
Right. Unfortunately, he got injured, yeah. But hopefully, this leads to greener pastures for the guy. Hopefully, he'll get at least back in the main event picture soon. But yeah, that's all that happened there. And then we had the Bree and Nikki Bella family reconciliation
with Jerry the King Lawyer.
with the King, yeah, with Jerry Lawler. Of course, there was no reconciliation. I'm just gonna make it quick. They ended up slapping each other, fighting, and the situation just gets worse. And it's exactly what you thought it was, a cat fight. And this just means that we're going to see more of the Bella sisters, or the Bella twins.
And we got to chant, Jerry, Jerry, Jerry.
It's funny. So when Cameron and Naomi, when they fight, it's World Star, and when the Bella twins fight, it's Jerry, or Jerry Springer. So I'm going to skip past that. I don't know if you mind, but
I don't care.
yeah, I'm not really married to the storyline.
Nothing impressive about that, not.
Yeah, exactly. And then, of course, we get to the semi-main event, which is Roman Reigns against the handicap tag team of Kane and Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns, of course, wins this one pretty easily. Just like you said earlier, Kane is being made into like something hilarious. Isn't it weird how they take the mask off of the guy because they're trying to build up to this movie they have coming out with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yet, they kind of forget you got to make him look good going into that debut in the movie. And they're not really doing that with him. He's just some, like, dude now. Just some guy in the authority now. He's supposed to have authority, but he hasn't been really using it. Just a little bit, really. And I hate his ring gear. I can't stand it. Looks stupid. He looks dumb with hair. Sorry. Alright, so Roman Reigns wins this one in a pretty quick fashion. Did you hear that?
I heard something.
I said Roman Reigns. So Mr. Superman Punch, Spearman himself wins that one pretty easily. Skip down to the nitty gritty. Right after that, Bray Wyatt gives a really great promo backstage about John Cena and what he's going to do to him later in the night. And the best part of that promo was when he ended it and he said, for John Cena, the best thing for him to do is just run.
No, Bray, you should have ran.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Unfortunately, he should have ran. We'll talk about that in a few seconds here. After that, we had Los Matadores with El Torito against Heath Slater and Titus. I gotta, in a weird way, I think they're trying to, like, make the tag team division instead of a traditional wrestling tag team division. I think they're trying to make it into, like, a funny entertainment tag team division. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting now. I think it's funny, though. They have him, Heath Slater, and Titus fighting all the time.
I fast forwarded through that whole match.
Well, yeah, you didn't miss nothing. Pretty predictable. That.
Both those teams don't mean nothing to me because they're not doing nothing with them.
Exactly. Nothing at all. But they're on TV. Yeah, they're not doing anything with them. They're not going anywhere. But something tells me somewhere down the road, if they keep up with this Heath Slater and Titus O'Neil, Gator, what's it called? Gator and something. What's their tag team?
I couldn't tell you.
Well, if they keep them together and they keep doing this, I think it'll get over in a little while, and I could see them winning the tag team gold.
That's probably like TNA.
Mm-hmm. But don't forget, that was the whole basis behind Daniel Bryan and Kane's tag team.
Yeah, but they're not big. They're not big like.
Well, true.
They can go TNA be champions.
I'm not gonna go there right now. Because then I'll lose track. It's already been 45 minutes. Let me Crucible and Hero. Chrome. Chrome is. All right. So Los Matadors won that one, of course. Then that leads us into, of course, the main event match of the evening. Bray Wyatt and John Cena, who, of course, is 8 days removed from his vicious beatdown from Brock Lesnar. So, of course, throughout the night leading up to this moment, it's all about John Cena and the fact that he thinks he has to prove something. So, of course, what happens as soon as the bell rings? They go at it.
You mean John Cena goes at it?
Oh, yeah, John Cena goes at it. And it was funny to see Bray Wyatt's faces. He was like, whoa! John Cena was just running. Bray was like, whoa! Oh, man. So that was, yeah. So, of course, what was intriguing to me, we're looking at 20 minutes left in the show, and we're already starting the main event, so I was like, okay, this is interesting. And then for the first, I'd say, 6 to 10 minutes, John Cena is destroying Bray Wyatt.
What has happened to the Wyatt family, man?
Manhandling him. Methodical, too. It almost was heel-like, too, the way he was waiting for Bray Wyatt to get up and then just suplex him again,
That's what I'm saying. What has happened to the Wyatt family? I mean, Luke Harper, the other brother, they're just losing all kinds of matches. They're not been the monsters that I want them to be,
Right. They're no longer... And the thing is, they're still doing impressive stuff. Like, you see, what's his name? Eric Rowan lifting the Big Show, slamming Mark Henry. That's a pretty big deal. It's just like a regular thing in their matches. They went from having 5-star matches to like nothing now. Yeah, you're right. Oh, one thing forgot to mention. Sorry guys. Kofi Kingston and Bo Dallas. They had a match. Bo Dallas won, surprisingly. And let's see. He does a victory lap afterwards. And he just said he needs to believe. Okay, so back to after the first 10 minutes, John Cena is destroying Bray Wyatt. Now, as John Cena is making a comeback and making a pin, that's when the Wyatt family interferes. And then that's where Big Show and Mark Henry come out. As you know, they're a newly reformed tag team. Lately, they've been winning all their matches in the past few weeks. And they've actually had a short little bit of a feud with the Wyatt family. They're kind of relevant. So, of course, this turns into a 6-man tag. Yay, big surprise, right? Well, in a weird way, they kind of help Bray kind of get his mojo back from getting that vicious beating. But, yeah, you're right. They made him look bad. But I think in the end, it'll pay off because he was in the main event of the show, which speaks volumes to how important they think his character is, too. And who they think could take a beating and still be okay in the fans' eye. But in the end, it was John Cena with the STF on Luke Harper, sorry. Looking very good that whole night. So it was all about John Cena and protecting the franchise. But it's already been an hour. I kind of want to finish talking about Raw. So what are your thoughts on the ending of Raw?
I wish it never happened. Raw was good until the main event.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
And I mean, it's good to see Big Show and Mark Henry back. But I mean, how many times have they been a tag team before?
Oh, I know. They've been winning all their matches the past 2 weeks too. So
I'm talking about before this. Many years ago, they were tag team off and then tag team again. Then they turn on each other. Bam, again.
Yeah.
Have it again.
Same thing. Yeah, it's going to happen again.
But it's good to see both of them back. I missed them.
Yeah, I did too. It's good to see Big Show back around for a bit. Hopefully, Mark Henry. Hopefully, they take it easy and they don't get injured again. And, you know, they add to the storylines too. Big Show's pretty good. He likes to help out people in their career.
But I'm hearing also another rumors of Mark Henry and Rusev going to have a feud.
Yeah, I saw that on one of the dirtches. I forget which one, but yeah, I read that too. Um, Interesting. Makes sense because he did come out and did he like slam him or beat him up or something a few weeks ago after he issued the challenge. Mark Henry answered.
Something happened last week.
Yeah,
But it wasn't even mentioned in this show this week, so
exactly. That was what was so strange. So who knows? I don't think it's obvious they're being careful with Rusev because Rusev is the eventual person that's going to launch John Cena back into the spotlight. You know, he's the guy that's going to help save this franchise players' status.
I'm
By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but WWE posted on their YouTube channel. You know how they have those weekly 5 things videos. They do every week. There's a show called 5 Things, and they do like 5 whatever. And this week it was 5 predictions for the next year, from now until this time next year. And it was all based on the WWE Universe polls, right? Said John Cena within the next 12 months would be a 17-time world champion. That really made me think, like, fuck, they are, keeping Rusev safe for a reason. That's for John Cena.
right.
That makes me think, like, damn, are we just going to get the same old thing again next year? Like, it's not going to go to Roman Reigns or somebody new? It makes me wonder now. But who knows? All I can say is I'm still enjoying the whole Rusev Lana thing. I wish they would still give her more mic time. But I like the fact that we've seen more progress with Rusev as a character. He sells now. I like that. And I like the fact that he depends on Lana for all of his like finishing moves and stuff. I like that a lot. Only she can call it, I like that. So yeah. That was Raw. As you said, it was good up until the main event. Looks like we're leading up to a decent night of champions, though. I mean, Brock versus Cena would probably be a good match. I'm pretty sure it'll be different from last time. I doubt John Cena politically would let Brock handle him like that twice in a row. And honestly, if he was a good wrestler, he wouldn't let him handle him like that.
He might not have no choice.
Well, come on now. Yeah. Can you imagine Triple H or, I don't know, Shawn Michaels letting that happen to him? Oh, hell, let me just go ahead and say it. Can you imagine Hulk Hogan letting him do that to him? So you really think John Cena's going to let him do that to him? No, he's got to protect his brand as well. But no worries, it's all good. It just means that the match will be better.
I couldn't stand that main event last summer on SummerSlam.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad John Cena lost. But I just didn't like the one side thing.
Oh, I loved it. Every suplex, dude, I was like, oh my god.
I think that's what bothered me most.
I loved it.
Suplexes. Now, come on. That's too many.
Destroy.
And what really bothered me most was he hit him with the F5, okay? When you hit somebody with F5 or a finisher, in old school wrestling, that would end the match.
Right. But he's John Cena. You can't forget that.
It don't matter. I wasn't for that.
Well, me, I don't know. I don't think about the wrestling rules and all that.
I just think I'm old school about that.
Yeah, I can tell. And it's not like that's the first time that's ever happened either. You know? But I liked it because it showed that immediately he needed to be dominant, and that's exactly what he did. And it's not like the match ended; it still went on for another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that it told the story that the first F5 is what completely weakened him for the rest of the match. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. They told a story right there in front of our eyes. And it was not like we wanted to see it either. I liked it. For the first time in history, we've seen exactly what we wanted. For all of us who have not exactly liked John Cena over the years, we saw him do the same crap every week. Same this, the same, this, and the same attitude adjustment and F5, FU and all that, SCFU and Thugonomics. Been this fucking same for 9 or 10 years. And finally, not only does he meet somebody who can give him a really great match as far as, like a feud, someone who completely wipes him clean, like just completely destroyed him. I loved it. Beautiful. Beautiful. And the fact is, of course that means that he's not going to be the same as far as his profitability. Maybe. He might be. I don't know. But I love it. I love it. This makes him human now. This means that now they can take his character in a realistic approach. Instead of giving us the same old, squeaky clean, drink your milk, say your prayers, never give up, loyalty, all that crap. Now I get to see a different John Cena. Now I got to see seriously like an angry John Cena. I've never seen that before. I've seen him get riled up and like make faces during matches, but not like piss the fuck off and do a promo and then wrestle angry. It was a little different. He had like an edge to him. Even JBL mentioned it. He said he's got an edge now. I like it. I like a gritty. I like that. It's real,
Right.
Not like cartoony. Now, of course, I wish he would like practice in the ring a little more with people. I don't know what it is about his wrestling ability. For some reason, it just got worse over the years. But, he's gotten a little bit better this year. His matches with Bray were really good. I don't know. But, I don't know. Yeah. Long story short, I really liked it. I think it got it done exactly what they wanted, and all this means is Brock he's the guy until next year. And I'm glad. I'm happy for the dude.
Change the subject. Alberto Del Rio.
Yes, let's get into wrestling news.
Yes. I'm kind of glad for this one. I'm proud to pronounce, you're fired.
Yeah, same here, dude. Kind of sucks to see him go in the way that he did leave. If it is true that that crap happened, like somebody said something racist or whatever, but yeah, it's about time. But of course he was going to let his contract run out anyway. He wasn't like hiding that. He was telling everybody. Everybody. He even told Ray, and Ray said, all right, I'll go with you.
Yeah, speaking of Rey Mysterio, he's sitting at home drawing a paycheck, but yet they're getting rid of people that are active, and they were to pay somebody to sit at home. I don't understand the concept here.
That's Vince, man. I don't know. It's like I don't get it. I really don't understand. Maybe it's because they've invested so much into him, but not like they're really losing a lot, And plus, he doesn't want to be there, so why keep somebody around that doesn't want to be there?
Yeah, his contract was already expired. They extended it. It was like, what?
Right. Yeah, they have that option. And now they just got to keep paying him money. It's stupid. Let the man be happy. Let him go. Who cares? It's not like he's not going to come back anyway. It's not like we're not going to see him in the Hall of Fame one day anyway. You know, so I don't know. I think it's petty.
Other other rumors and news in wrestling news: Batista looks like he might not be coming back to the WWE. He had a very successful movie in the Guardian of Galaxy or Galaxy of Guardians. Which one was it? I don't know.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I'm not even really watched that movie. Sorry.
Oh no worries.
But yeah, they're talking about since that was so good, he's going to have other movie deals come in. But I don't blame him for not coming back. How he got treated.
Right.
It's not by how WWE treated him. It's by how the fans treated him.
Right.
But he came back at the kind of wrong time because we had Daniel Bryan getting screwed over, which the fans were big on Daniel Bryan. So it just came back at the wrong time.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah. Wrong place, wrong time. And unfortunately, he's never going to live it down.
No.
People will never forget Batista now. But you
And
know what? Good for him. Good for him for his acting career taking off. He's old anyway. He's like 900 years old. Why do I care? He's 48 or something. He's old.
speaking of
Like,
which, speaking of, where's Adam Rose?
he has been down on main event and superstars lately, so it looks like no one really cares about him anymore.
That's sad.
Yeah, I lost my man. He's no longer even on my Fave 5 anymore. He's not even relevant.
And now we're going to be without Ryback for a couple weeks.
Yeah, supposedly he's injured or not, I don't know. But
I think he's going to step away and come back as the feed me more.
yeah, he doesn't need to be in a tag team anymore. At least not with Curtis Axel.
You're going to say I'm crazy, but when Ryback first came out, I kind of got behind him.
Yeah, I remember.
But I could really see him coming back, and he got buried by John Cena and CM Punk.
Right. And it's
But I like to see him come back and feud with Brock Lesnar.
that'd be nice.
I don't see Daniel Bryan coming back and beating Brock. I'm sorry, Daniel Bryan, he'd kill you.
Well, I don't know. He beat Triple H beginning of WrestleMania, and then he beat Randy Orton and Batista at the end. Triple threat. And he beat Mark Henry in a steel cage for the world title when he had that years back. It's wrestling. I mean, Rey Mysterio has pinned Kevin Nash clean on WCW Nitro. It's wrestling. It'll still draw. It's just people who want to believe it, and yeah, they're not going to really believe it. But me, because realistically, when I see like Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, of course, like in real life, I'm pretty sure he'd have a hard time with Triple H. He's pretty big, but
I don't know about that.
could be. I don't know, but
I don't know how good Triple H would be in a shoot.
Not too good. No.
I think I'd be more scared of Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, in a shoot, he Triple H would suck in a shoot. But I mean, like a fight.
Yeah.
No, I think he would punch Daniel Bryan's face in. But like a shoot, yeah, Daniel of course would wipe the mat with him. But like a fight, like a fucking
I don't know.
like a fight.
It'd be funny. I see it.
It was Bertrand. Because I'm
What?
pretty sure Triple H can't fight. Why are we talking about this? What are we talking about?
We're just getting off subject.
Talking about fighting.
What kind of wrestling news you got?
Okay, well, some interesting things happening this week in wrestling. As it turns out, Hulk Hogan. I have no idea. No, interesting things in news. TNA
Oh man,
has just what?
here we go. Talk about TNA.
Well, yeah, it's great. It's good news. You know, TNA.
I thought we were talking about wrestling, not tits and ass.
Oh my bad. I'm sorry. I'm talking about Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling. All right.
Oh, that's still around.
They signed a new TV deal.
Really?
Yeah. They're going to be broadcasting live on cable access, Knoxville, Tennessee, Channel 12,
Oh, okay.
from Friday evenings at 2 a.m. They're going to be running right after Who's Your Daddy with Terry Landell.
Nah, he's too big for that now. He don't need that. He's bigger than TNA.
Oh man! Big news is Global Force Wrestling has already signed a TV partnership deal in other countries, and they don't have a roster. They don't have signed talent yet. This is unprecedented. Jeff Jarrett has something set up that no one has ever done, and I'm pretty sure Vince McMahon is watching every fucking moment in detail. It is no coincidence, Big Daddy J, that WWE is now signing Kenta and Chris Devitt. Why? Because PFW would leave them right. Right?
Right.
So we're going to start seeing, as we talked about earlier, a change in pro wrestling. And we're going to start seeing, in my belief, some people were familiar with in the U.S. and many who were not from overseas are going to be in GFW. And this company is going to take the industry by storm. TNA is literally the turd circling the toilet bowl.
Well, it's pretty bad when your backstage leader, Bully Ray, gives you all a hype speech and walks out on the company a week later.
Walks out.
He had their spirits really high, and now it just dropped them.
Yep.
And we was talking about this earlier about Bully Ray. Him getting inducted into the Hall of Fame and does not even have to show up.
Yep. The man is not contractually obligated to even be there now. So really, Devon could accept the award on behalf of both of them. Devon, he's under contract.
He's on a contract for like 2 months.
2 months, and that's all we have left past Bound for Glory. You know,
I can't even tell you when that is.
it's supposed to be like mid-October, I think, early October.
His contract will be up by then.
It could be, and who knows? Who knows? This could even be a handshake deal for the way we know her. I mean, supposedly MVP hasn't even shined the dotted line yet. They've been paid. For all those that held out, thought that Dixie wasn't the problem, now you know Dixie is the problem. In my opinion, the smartest thing she's done is sign with the UTA talent agency. However, you can't keep firing your bad talent and not using the good talent. You know, they've got them some good deals. They're on Big Brother, which is good exposure for the company, but does anybody still care or what? You know? I don't know. I don't know if Dixie knows really what's going on. You know,
I think they might be losing Jeff Hardy
it looks like it.
because they did a promo for Jeff Hardy on WWE.
Yeah, I saw that for the network. They got a show they're going to dedicate to him.
I was like, which would be a good sign. I would love to see Jeff Hardy come back to the WWE.
Me too, a little bit. You know, I'm not
Actually,
a.
I like to see him and his brother come back,
Yeah, I'd rather see them back together.
and I like to see the Dudleys come back together.
That'd be nice.
But I wouldn't mind seeing Bully Ray come back as Bully Ray in WWE and do his heel stuff.
Right. Right.
I know you didn't like Bully Ray, and I was a big getting behind Bully Ray when I did watch TNA. I ain't watched TNA over in 2.5 months.
We ain't missed nothing. I don't think.
Actually, it's been longer than that.
As far as I know, Bobby Lashley's still champ. I can't tell you who the tag team champions are.
I can tell you that one because one of them got hurt.
That's what I was about to say. I thought it was the Wolves, but I thought one of them got injured.
He did, but he didn't turn his title over. I don't think yet.
Oh, aren't they running into issues too? Because haven't they taped all the way up to Bound for Glory, and now since Bully Ray is gone, because I was reading somewhere the same thing happened with the two people who went on that reality show, the chick and the dude just recently. What was their name? One of the Brosnans. One of the knockouts. Anyway, I guess like they couldn't tape so much because of the show they were on. But yet they needed to be back on TV in time for Bound for Glory. Yet this reality show they're on, which they're kicked off already, by the way, but since they're under contract with the show, they can't appear anywhere else until the show is off. And the show doesn't end until like the end of September. So they can't appear on Impact even though they're already done with the reality show, right? So they can't even appear on Impact until later next month or October, right before Bound for Glory. So they got like 2 weeks of exposure from Big Brother, and then they both got kicked off and let go or whatever. And now they're sitting at home until October.
Huh.
And TNA has taped themselves all the way up until that moment. Kurt Angle's contract ends next month. We're pretty sure where he's going. He's already been talking about it, where he's going. I'm mad that he's not getting the interest that he thinks he needs. It's kind of interesting, you know, when you think about all those guys from the Attitude Era who are now making these comebacks, and the fact that it was Triple H who kind of like stepped on their toes every now and then, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And now he's doing it again. He's got way more power. If it's true, what we're reading in the books. About Kurt Angle calling Vince McMahon, like he called Triple H, and then he didn't get an answer after a while, so he called Vince McMahon directly, which is a no-no.
You know my thoughts on that.
Yeah.
I told you a couple months ago that when Kurt Angle leaves TNA, I think he's going to go back to the WWE, and he's going to be the true American that beats Rusev.
If they hurry up and sign him, looks like they're dragging their feet. And you know what? If it was me, I would still be worried too, because unfortunately, Kurt Angle, he's unpredictable. Like, he's so like mentally driven. He's crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
He's just crazy. And you don't know what you're really getting with him. You know? He looks healthy, but mentally he's not really. And physically he's not really. Sorry about that one. I don't know. In a weird way, yeah, I kind of feel bad for him, but I want to see him back. I wouldn't mind him doing the whole part-time thing either. I'll just hope he does the job for somebody eventually. I'm sure he would.
Speaking of other news in wrestling, Sergeant Slaughter was in the hospital and he was released from the hospital. I can't tell you what kind of illness that he has. I don't.
Oh, he was in the hospital because his Viagra erection lasted too long.
Serious?
No, I'm just joking. I don't know.
Well, he made a tweet about it. He said something to the lines of he made a doctor tap out. And that's why he got released from the hospital. He put him in the chemical clutch.
Oh, that's funny.
Old school right there, boy.
Yeah, he's old school. He's still living it up. That's good. Good for him. Good for him.
Um, I heard there was an earthquake.
Yeah, there was many. There was one out here in Cali, up in Napa. It's about 75 miles north of me. It was a 6.0 or 6.1. They're saying right around in that area. And it's funny because the area that it hit, Napa, is like this, you know, ritzy, like wealthy, like wine country, where everybody's like, oh, hello, darling, drink wine, oh, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like uppity and rich. So it's kind of fun.
Is it close to the Levi Stadium where they're having WrestleMania 31?
Not even close. No. 75 miles north.
Okay, so it didn't do no damage.
Not down here where we are now.
Okay.
Up there it did. Yeah, I done like millions worth up there. We're okay down here. We might get an aftershock this week, they said, but we're okay down here in the south. The main thing we got to worry about WrestleMania time is the weather will be too nice. It'll be too pretty outside. But then again, we might be making it rain, so I don't know. Because of the drought.
Well, in other wrestling news, Wade Barrett is returning soon to the UK tour.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad to see him come back, man.
Yeah, me too. I'll hold my breath. I'm pretty sure he'll take a bump and get injured again.
Poor guy.
I'm happy he's back. Good for him. He's working hard. He's a darn good worker. And I can't wait to see him have some matches with him and Jack Swagger have some great matches too sometimes.
I can't really think of nothing else that's been happening in wrestling. Outside of Billy Graham and talking some crap to Bill the Butcher.
Oh gosh.
Bro, watch out, Billy. He'll stab you in the head with a fork.
It might give you hepatitis. Whoops, did I say that? No. Yeah. Not like super juicy news this week, but I think the next several months are definitely going to show a huge turn in the wrestling industry. Things are going to change for the good. We're going to see some companies fall, and we're going to see some companies stand up.
Well, if WWE keeps going the way it's going to be one of those companies that fall.
Yeah, I agree. Same here. Yeah, they keep going the way they're going, but hopefully we get a change now with Brock Lesnar on top. We see some different feuds with our. We are kind of getting that. I'm kind of glad to see Roman Reigns and RKO, that whole feud end a little bit.
Yeah, Randy Orton wasn't even on Raw. That's kind of good.
Yeah, it was good for him. I think he had the night off or something.
What's he on last week?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, yeah, he was on last week. Um, yeah, he was on last week.
See, that's how much I didn't notice him at all.
Wait, this past week? I thought you meant the week prior. All right.
Yeah, he wasn't this week.
Yeah, this week he wasn't on at all. Yeah, he had the night off. Supposedly. Yeah, that was cool. Not to really see anybody from the authority shoved down our throats. Uh, and we got to see a little something different. Um, sort of up until the main event. But it was okay. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of excited for Night of Champions because I actually want to see what kind of match Brock Lesnar and Cena are going to have now. Not like a gimmick, but I mean like as far as how they're going to work together. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't agree to be dominated twice. At least I wouldn't. It doesn't make sense storyline wise either. Unless it's just all about keeping him dominant until WrestleMania, which could be. And that could also be a way of keeping him happy until WrestleMania too. Let's say they want to sign him again for another year.
Well, here's another thing. Finally, SmackDown has came back to Thursday nights.
That's right.
Starting October the 2nd.
That's right. October the 2nd. Yeah, that's right. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I know SmackDown started out there and it was there for so long. It sucks for TNA, which is why they moved to Wednesday. Okay. But it looks like they moved because Spike TV is losing hope in them. But I think it's interesting that Spike is trying to get away from wrestling for some reason.
I'll give TNA credit on one thing. They're the biggest show on Spike TV right now.
Yeah, but them either.
It means I get to start watching SmackDown again.
Because
right. Watching wrestling on Fridays or a Saturday is just really hard.
Yeah, same here.
So Thursdays, I'm not going to be too busy and I can sit down and watch the show, But that's all I have for wrestling for this week.
Yeah, same here. Sorry, I think the UPS man is outside my house. That's why I'm looking out. Like, I think one of my neighbors has a delivery. So.
That big contract's getting ready to come in for you, and you're gonna go to North, huh?
Oh, I would love to do porn in the North.
I said go North, with the contract.
Oh, yeah, the big contract. Yeah. Cool. So anyway, it was great having a nice discussion with you. It was great to be back with you again this week. We'll do this again next week. Hopefully we'll be adding more content, to our brand, Video Wrestling News as the time comes. For you guys out there, we apologize. We took a little bit of a hiatus, a little bit of a break. Kind of got ourselves back together, and now Big Daddy J and I are back together again, and we're doing this again. And look forward to kind of hearing you guys' comments and feedback, and hopefully you guys enjoy the content we have in the coming weeks. Tomorrow, look out for some tweets about Throwback Thursday. I know there's some really great matches that we're going to send out tomorrow. Look out for those tweets in the morning sometime. And Big Daddy J, do you have anything else?
Actually, I do.
Okay.
I challenge you to the ALS Bucket Challenge.
All right, I'll do it.
And you got to post it on our Twitter and Facebook.
Easy. Done.
So, fans, you get to see Brian B. take the ALS challenge.
Nice. All right, guys.
Fans.
And we'll see you next week.